What is up? This is JT, and I want to give you a little insight to when I record music, how I do what I do. Mostly because I haven't been doing it very much at all. But uh, I don't know. I just haven't been feeling it lately. I kind of got off on doing other stuff and kind of just lost interest. Every once in a while, I get like a little kick and want to get back into it. But mostly that just turns into something like this right here. And this is why I want to show you this real quick. But when it comes down to it, basically, I could show you what you need to do to get started, but find you a beat, any beat that you want. I have like a shitload. I have some that will get me copyright infringed, and some that won't. Basically, just bring in a beat. You don't really need to listen to it. You can drop it here, or you can drop it here. It really doesn't matter. But what you're going to do is click on that and then detect the tempo and try to line your grid up as much as possible. Now, once you detect the tempo, I'm not going to do that because it's going to screw up my project here. But I'm going to undo this. And once you get into this and you start looking at it, you'll see that I have everything lined up to the grid. This is probably a snare hit or a hi-hat. Actually, this is most likely the snare hit right there. Then you have a little bit of bass right there, another hi-hat. Don't know what that is. But you just want to line it up to the grid, and this is how you're going to get started. And the reason you want to do that is because if you line this all up with the grid, very beginning, um, basically I record a hook once, and then I just copy it and drag it and put it wherever I want it, and cut up the beats and do whatever I want there as well. But long story short, you just got to grid it up onto the beat, figure out the tempo, and any slices you want done. Make sure you uncheck this zero cross right here. Otherwise, excuse me, it's gonna basically, if it senses that it's not right at a right spot, it's gonna actually move your cut over, and it's gonna fuck everything up. So just uncheck that, get rid of it. You don't need it. Don't ever check that when you're working with mixtapes, or you'll end up pitch stretching everything, and you can't undo it. So just uncheck that. So basically what I do is, like I said, line this up to the grid, then I'll plug it into a channel and make sure it's not clipping like this. What you think about me? Yeah. Just make sure it's not clipping, too loud, too quiet, too nothing. And so it's hitting right there at 0. That's not ideal. So what we can do is turn it down just a hair. But hitting up at 0 is not very friendly to say you, because most DAWs are additive. So when you start adding too much shit together, it'll bring your overall master way too high, and that's not something we want to do. We don't want to compress the master at all. We don't want to put any sort of a softening on it. Nothing. You don't want nothing on your master, period. And there's a reason why I say that, because it will start to create some audio artifacts that you do not want in your final mix. If you want to mix and master the track after it's done and already pre-mixed, then that's fine. You can do anything you want on the master, and it doesn't matter. But as for now, leave your master alone. And I know I let you have a little sneak preview of the hook right there, which is not fantastic. It was just something that I was just messing around and having fun with, but it's alright. And really, when I was playing with this song and kind of having fun with it, it wasn't really about the hook. It was about every time that I was sitting here on my mic, I was just kind of spitting in on a pantyhose mic. Actually, these aren't even pantyhose. These are stocking sock thingies. They're thicker, and they keep a lot more of the poof sound. Plus, I got like a little foam thing up in here, like an insert. So I was just kind of spitting into the mic and having fun with it, blah, 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 like that. And I was really just having fun and enjoying myself. And then as soon as I went to hit record, I was just like, it just lost it immediately. And couldn't write. I had my little, on the side of my monitor, I usually put like a little notepad in the corner on Windows 8, just have that snapped over in the corner, trying to type out a song, and I could not do it. But anyway, so I was freestyling to the beat, which one of these days, if I get in the mood or if I get tipsy enough or whatever, I'm going to do that for you guys, just for you guys that are a fan of my music. If you're not a fan of my music, please go check it out and make fun of it. I don't care. It sucks. It's old. But anyways, I'm going to let you listen to the hook while I drink this mystery drink. So here we go. I'm going to give you a little lead in and let you hear a little bit of the beat too as well. And if you're interested in getting on one of these songs and you like the hook and you want to do some verses and you have some skills, man, you got to bring the skills. You can't just get on it. You got to have some skills for real. So just let me know what you think and then just hit me up with a comment or a private message. I don't even know how to do that anymore, but whatever. So simple as fuck, no big deal. It's really terrible, to be honest with you, but I mean, I don't know. I've lost all inspiration, and basically all I use to record right now is just my mic mate, which is it used to be $34 off of Amazon or eBay, and just MCA SP2 made by Marshall. Very cheap mic, sounds decent, and if you EQ the shit out of what you're working on, you can make it sound good. You got to pull a lot of the mid and a lot of the bass, as well as put a compressor on it. And the compressor is actually to bring the levels normal, to bring them up a little bit, and then pull them down with the actual fader. I don't know why I do that, but it just makes it sound more even in the ears, and that's kind of important when it comes to your final mix. So I did that on both of them, kind of EQ'd them very similar because I spit them similar, and threw the compressor on them. Obviously, the levels are a little bit different, but I have no effects on the microphone whatsoever. I always record dry because unlike other DAWs, FL Studio does not record dry. It records wet with whatever's on, whatever plugin is on your input. It's going to be on your final mix, it's going to be on your final recording, and it's going to be locked in. So if you do that, you're going to be totally screwed. I don't know if I missed anything. I don't usually use too many automations or anything like that. I'm kind of old school when it comes to if you're going to wrap it right, and that way you don't have to go in there and fix levels and shit like that. Because if I zoom into all these right here, and one thing that I do have to say that's extra hard that people don't understand when I say this, that doing multiple takes or overdubs, comping, and all this shit is very, very difficult to do. It is very hard to spit the same thing twice in a row or even 10 times in a row. I've done it. I've done 10 overdubs of one way and then 10 overdubs of another way on some songs, and then squashed them way down and made the whole thing kind of pop through the song. And people don't understand how hard it is to do that. And they're like, well, why don't you just spit it all in one take? Well, first off, it's not going to be as full, it's not going to be as good sounding, and it's not going to have that chorusy effect. So that's why this sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what you think about me? About me? Yeah, yeah. What you think about me? About me? Yeah, yeah. Well, what you think about me? About me? Yeah, yeah. What you think about me? About me?
You can still hear the little echo. Oh, that's funny. Um, I really don't know what I covered, what I missed, man. My mind goes 1,000 miles an hour, and because I've had so many head injuries, I can't remember what I even said before. So, if there's any questions or there's anything else you need me to cover, I'll go ahead and do a part two, and maybe even start from scratch, which I didn't do. But I really wanted to show you the overdub setup as well as like your ad libs with overdubs. If you do any of that stuff, it's very important that you set the levels a little bit lower because too much is gonna blow your master out. It's just gonna blow your master out like a fat dude jumping on a trampoline's kneecap, you know, which is me. That'll be my kneecap. But anyway, like I said, if there's anything I missed, go ahead and hit me in the comments, hit me in anything really, private message, whatever. Let's see if we can figure something out. And if you want to get on a song, do not forget to message me. Thank you.